Hi everyone, we are now live here with Sol, with Bruno, and with Luis. Sol, well, she's a developer advocate. Bruno is co-founder of Defiant Wallet, and with Lozada, he works at Maker Growth. Today, we wanted to share with you some of our experience and to talk a little bit more about the rDAI. The rDAI is actually, well, this DAI stablecoin that go through the Ethereum network to the RSK blockchain through our token bridge. And the idea of having this conversation is to know a little bit more about all the possibilities of building on DeFi and what we can do to make our DAI and our money and our cryptocurrencies work on another network that it's not only Ethereum. We know that on the past few days, and it's been increasing all the gas fees. And what we wanted to make sure that you all know what are all the possibilities available for you now. So practically the stage is yours. If anybody, of course, has any questions, you can go and put on your comment on the different chat boxes. We are now live in YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope, and you can follow us there. These webinars, of course, are recorded, so everybody can watch them later if you need to leave or want to actually re-listen to them or rewatch them. So Sol, the stage is yours. Yeah, and the last thing I wanted to tell you and talk to you, it's, well, this webinar will be a little bit more technical, but that doesn't mean that you won't be able to understand it. So now we will listen to a bit more about all the technology that's behind, and not just an inspirational talk, but we will stay with a little bit more of information about how it actually works. So, well, as I said before, the stage is yours, and thank you all so much for watching and for listening and for staying here. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Fran, for your intro. It was great. So this is a bit technical, but not so much because it is not totally hands-on. In other moment, we can do another webinar like this, where all the persons can do with us, okay? But today, you will watch what we are doing live. So welcome, Bruno and Luis. Let's start to talk about MakerDAO and Luis. The stage
Okay.
is yours.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for this opportunity. Yeah. Well, MakerDAO, it's this organization, this autonomous organization that is the creator of the DAI stablecoin. DAI stablecoin is another cryptocurrency that is pegged to the US dollar, right? And its creation begins with an user going through the Maker protocol that settles in Oasis app, and they just deposit their other crypto as a collateral, and they can mint some DAI, right? At the beginning, within MakerDAO, you just were available to mint DAI with Ethereum, but since 2019, you can now borrow some DAI with a ton of collaterals. And for an insight, for example, right now, in this 2021, you can even borrow some DAI with real world assets. That is one of the new features that we have within MakerDAO. So yeah, DAI. It is another of the features about DAI, not just being stable. It is like the decentralized stablecoin, because as you see, you can just mint DAI with another cryptocurrencies, with tokens that are on the Ethereum mainnet, right? But as for right now, as they were telling, the Ethereum mainnet is like too much expensive because of the gas costs and this amazing growth of users all around the world. Right now, DAI is like scaling and moving to like every blockchain that is all over the world. One of those blockchains is RSK. as the guy mentioned, in RSK we have rDAI. That is the DAI that goes through a bridge from the Ethereum mainnet to this RSK blockchain. All these new blockchains that are coming are like helping this struggle phase that the Ethereum mainnet have in this like since the very last year, right? So it's like an honor for us how DAI has been growing all these like past year, going not just for scale, so to another tons of L2 and side chains such as Polygon, such as the Binance Smart Chain, and too much blockchains. So it's pretty cool to see how a stable coin that begins with an user that deposits their crypto has grown so much. Right now, for example, on mainnet, we are almost at 5 billion of total supply of DAI being mint for the same users.
Wow, it's amazing. I really love DAI. I know the project since 2018 in the DevCon forum in Prague, and I'm following the project. I am a user. It's amazing. So great, Luis. And now, Bruno, can you talk a bit about you and about what is Defiant?
Yeah, sure. So thanks. Well, maybe we've got some viewers coming from the maker or DAI side. So let me introduce Defiant, because I assume that if you belong to the RSK community, you've heard of Defiant. I'd say we're kind of one of the most used wallets in RSK community. We've been developing Defiant for more than 1 year now. It started as a peer-to-peer marketplace, and then it became a full-fledged wallet in which you can manage your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and RSK assets. And we've been working for over a year now, really close to RSK. Integrating most of the features that the whole community has been developing. Many of the RIF infrastructure services that have come up that are ready for production use for the final users. And so this feature that brings us today here, the integration of the token bridge, and also bringing MakerDAO on board. Besides, we've had DAI in the wallet since the beginning. But anyway, now it's a really nice thing that we see both communities interacting. So well, that's it. Today I'm going to be presenting another different way of swapping between DAI and rDAI, other than the token bridge. It's got its pros, its cons. We'll be talking a bit about that, and that's it.
Perfect. I really love Defiant too. I am your fan, Bruno, because this is very important. RSK, it's a huge infrastructure. It's a blockchain based on Bitcoin, and it's amazing that you can use all the tools, all the smart contracts on Ethereum, and it's very easy to have this kind of integration and interoperability. I really love this. I will share my screen again. And we are talking about Defiant and about DAI on RSK. Why we have DAI on RSK? Sorry, this is in Portuguese. Yes, it's good for both sides, but how and what is the use cases about this? So let's talk a bit more about this. Um, Luis, what are you thinking about? Why it's good to have DAI on RSK?
Well, for example, since our point of view within MakerDAO, for us it's important to have DAI like everywhere, you know. So on RSK, it's like a big deal because on RSK we have like these Bitcoin lover users, you know, that they don't. We can see that they don't like pretty like too much the Ethereum mainnet, so they like feel like more comfortable using RSK because it's powered by the very same Bitcoin, right? So for us, it's pretty important to have DAI over there because we can reach these users that love this technology powered by Bitcoin, you know, as we get the users that prefers like centralized other things or whatever. So it's a pretty huge deal for us having DAI on as main blockchains we can, but on our scale it's a pretty huge deal for us.
Great. Before I ask to Bruno, Luis, I know that most part of our audience knows DAI, but can you talk a bit more? What is DAI for a beginner person? What is this?
Yeah, well, DAI, as I said, it's just an stable coin. It's just a cryptocurrency that is pegged to the US dollar. The people can DAI is created by users that goes to Oasis and they just deposit crypto like Ethereum, Rapid Bitcoin, Comp, Wi-Fi, Uni, right, into this that we call maker vaults, right? So they deposit these other cryptocurrencies as collaterals in the maker vaults, and they can mint DAI. They can mint DAI at one collateralization ratio that has like every vault separate, right? Like for example, on Ethereum, you can deposit Ethereum and you can mint like right now the minimum is 5k DAI you can mint, and it has to be backed like every single DAI has to be backed by $1.5 of value in Ethereum because right
Yes.
now the Ethereum vault it has a collateralization ratio of 150%, right?
Mhm.
And then this DAI that is mint like goes live on the Ethereum mainnet, and the person can do whatever they want with it. They can like expand it on shops that accepts DAI. They can just send it to a relative, to friends. They can use DeFi protocols, or they can send it to other blockchains, as for example RSK. They can mint those DAI on the Ethereum mainnet, goes through the bridge, and then come to RSK as our DAI, right? Then for explain a little bit more about how works the maker vault, the user when they open this vault, the vault has something that is called the stability fee. That is like this annual fee that the user has to pay plus repaying the DAI that they mint, right? Let's say, for example, a user mint like 10,000 DAI on mainnet, and the stability fee is like 3%, for example. At the end of the year, if they want to close the vault, they have to pay the 10,000 DAI plus this 3% stability fee in DAI. So in that way, the person can close the vault and obtain again their collateral. Another important stuff to talk about, for example, of these users that open vaults, is that this maker vaults has something that it's called liquidations, right? Like for example, as I said, you can mint DAI from Ethereum at 150% collateralization ratio, right? So if, for example, let's say a person mints 10,000 DAI with 15k, right? If the Ethereum price goes below the price in the moment they open the vault, this user comes to something that we call the liquidation, right? In the liquidation, it happens that the user needs to or add more collateral, this case is Ethereum, or repay the DAI that they mint. Because if don't, the user can lose part of the collateral they deposit on this maker vault through some auctions that happens within the maker protocol, and that is more technically how all that works, how it's minted, how it's repaid to the maker protocol, and that is how MakerDAO is profitable. And right now we are even currently like the leading lending protocol, the biggest DeFi protocol with a total value locked on Ethereum mainnet.
Perfect, Luis. Thank you so much, because for some persons that is not so clear like this. So your explanation, it's amazing. I really like it.
Thanks.
And Bruno, what do you think about DAI, and why it's important to have DAI on RSK, and what do you think about the user cases?
Well, I think that I can rely on everything that Luis just said. It's one of the greatest or the largest and more largest crypto stable currencies in the world, with plenty of users, a lot of total locked volume, and so it's really interesting to have it bridged to RSK. Besides, we all know that it's being also used in many other blockchains, and I really enjoy this bridge in particular because, of course, we've said for months now that one of RSK's benefits and really interesting values is to be backed up by Bitcoin, and but still to have really low fees for layer one blockchain and solution. So it's really a neat middle ground to have DAI supported by all the mechanisms that the MakerDAO Foundation mean, and that Luis just explained, and also to also have it on a blockchain where fees are logical, are reasonable and expectable, because nowadays we know that for the last couple of weeks it's been nearly impossible for the retail user to move their DAI. I've got a tab here open on Gas Now, and it costs well, now it's kind of easy cheap, but it costs anyway around $20 to transfer DAI. So that's something that may of concern for plenty of retail users, and that of course it's finding naturally many different solutions. So what we imagine as a case of use, which you asked, so maybe of course someone having a lot of DAI because they've been using DAI in order to, for instance, send some remittances to their families. For instance, to Venezuela, as we've got here Venezuelan and Argentinian. And so instead of something that they used to do on Ethereum mainnet, and for which today they had to pay around $20, they could swap it. They could swap it all in one transaction. Swap a big, let's say, medium bag of DAI to RSK, so change them, swap them for rDAI, and then the user will be able to transfer those DAI in any fashion they choose for cents of a dollar, for like 3, 4, 5, 6 cents a dollar a transaction. So that would be an amazing case of use, and anyway without losing any liquidity, because they'd have more than one option in order to pass them back to Ethereum mainnet and have their, let's say, real or original DAI whenever they want.
Perfect. I share my screen again because I'm looking for something that you just say now. It's very interesting. I am in the RSK gas station and look for this. If you try to do a basic transaction on Ethereum just now, you will pay 1,400 cents of dollars. So what is this? It's $14 at least. And if I try to do the same on RSK just now, I will pay 60 cents of dollars. And look at the difference. More than 20,000 of percent. And this is a complicated moment for Ethereum. And you can see this live wherever. We are sharing this in the chat just now, but it's amazing the difference. We know that I really love Ethereum too, but this is a difficult moment for Ethereum because normal users cannot do nothing because the high prices of gas. And let's go again here. What's yes, no, buy. What's this? Okay. I will talk a bit more about this bridge that we are talking between RSK and Ethereum. So this is a bridge for tokens. This is a protocol that allows us to move the ERC20 tokens between the RSK and Ethereum. So you will send a token to the token bridge smart contract, and you will receive on the other blockchain in the same address. All of this is based on smart contracts. So we are talking about use of smart contracts and oracles to connect both blockchains. And also it has a decentralized application, a front end for the end user too. It's important to say this is we are talking about ERC20 tokens. This is a standard for tokens that if you know that your token is ERC20, you know what functions exists over there, and then you know what operations you can do. And another interesting point, another interesting comment is that tokens don't have its own blockchain. Um, the tokens eles live in another blockchain. So we are talking about tokens that live on Ethereum and you can cross to RSK blockchain, or tokens that lives are based on the RSK blockchain and you can cross them to Ethereum. Here I have some examples of tokens, and DAI is here. So I said this, but to understand a bit more, you send the tokens to the token bridge. The tokens are blocked on this smart contract on this side, and the smart contract you issue an event with the transaction. There are validators, monitors validating the blockchain and the network, and then they will issue the tokens on the other blockchain. Okay. Here are some examples. These tokens are original from RSK, or it means are based on Bitcoin. And in the other side, we have another list of tokens that are based on Ethereum. And that is the first. Here I have a list bigger, but it's the same. And then we will share these links with you. This is the link of the token bridge on mainnet, on testnet. Prepare yourselves In some moment, we will schedule a new workshop to do this on Testnet, and you can do with me and with the participation of our partners too. Important think about crossing tokens. It can in testnet it's fast, it's 5 minutes, but in mainnet it's one estimation is 1 hour, but it depends. It's 1 hour after your transaction is confirmed in the network. So if you are in Ethereum and send a transaction with a low gas price, it can take days for your transaction be mined. So remember this. And which tokens can you cross? You can't cross any token. There is a white list of the tokens that you can cross, and the list are in the decentralized application website. Okay? And take this note, sometimes we have different tokens on mainnet and testnet. I think it's this. Now it's time to die on Defiant. So, Bruno, you do your demo for us, because all of this is one way to cross tokens. But we can do in another easy way directly on Defiant. And Bruno will show this for us.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Sol. So let me share my screen. So there we are. So as I explained in the introductory chat we had, Defiant's a self-custodial wallet and also a peer-to-peer marketplace, which was the original product actually. But nowadays, beyond the self-custodial wallet, it's a multi-blockchain, as I said. You can manage your Bitcoin, Ethereum, or RSK assets. And our idea is to be the entrance to the crypto world for many users that still find it hard to understand all the slang and to know what they have to do, to understand what it means to have crypto, to transfer them, to send them, to receive, how they can do to receive, how they can buy or sell crypto with fiat money, which is what they're used to handle. So we focus on that, on good communication, good support. We try to think on all these processes and these features that we bring to the user from their own perspective, from the point of view of somebody that is just getting on board of the crypto ship, let's say. And so currently on Defiant, you can create or import multiple wallets. Now you'll see on my wallet when I do the demo that I've got plenty, 4 or 5 of them currently, and that's how I use it most of times, because I've got one wallet that I use to test, and another one that's mine for everyday expenses and so on. And so of course you can send or receive crypto via addresses or QR or even RNS system name, which belongs to RIF infrastructure project. And so you can, of course, choose among many fiat currencies in order to know your balances in fiat, in money, and to know the token prices and so on. We've got multi-language support, currently supporting English, Spanish, and Portuguese, but we're adding like 6 or 7 more languages right away. So, of course, you can swap coins both on-chain and also cross-chain, as you'll see in the demo today. You can buy or sell crypto for fiat, with or without a KYC. We've got different options for different user profiles. And one really powerful feature is our Wallet Connect integration, which allows you to connect to any Ethereum or RSK app. So the problem that we're talking about today is the very high fees that Ethereum network's suffering. Well, I had this pasted here from a couple of days ago. Actually, I think that currently they are a bit lower, but of course, this was on Tuesday. For instance, as you can see there, transferring some DAI costed around 40 bucks, which is quite expensive for the retail, the end user who wants to send some remittances or to their parents or their family, or even worse, if they want to pay for service or a product. So as Sol commented, one of the solutions to this problem that RSK came up with was the token bridge. That's the app that Sol was talking about. So it enables you to have Ethereum tokens on RSK blockchain or the other way around. Of course, as the app is really well built and easy to use, you can also use the token bridge with Defiant using Wallet Connect. There, if you want, friend, you can paste the link that I left here. It points towards a tutorial that it's there for you to see how to use the token bridge with Defiant and Wallet Connect, in case you haven't used any other app with Wallet Connect, because it's mostly the same. You do what you want to do on the app, and then the only thing to do in your wallet is to sign the transaction, to inspect it first, to check that everything's as supposed, and then to sign it and approve it. So I'll show you the particular solution we are talking about today. That is another different way of swapping DAI for rDAI or vice versa, and that doesn't involve the token bridge. Of course, any rDAI in this case would have passed in at some point through the token bridge, because it's the only way to have DAI on RSK side. But this is for the user not to have to wait for the period that it takes for the transfer to be confirmed and the bridge to give you your tokens on RSK side, for instance. The only things that for this feature that we've built together with the Crypto Market, that's a partner of us for cash in and cash out also. It requires KYC, which most of our users anyway have accomplished, because they also use it for cash ins and cash outs, which are really convenient directly to your bank accounts. So let me show you this as well. So I've got here, this is Defiant. As I told you, I've got plenty of different wallets that I have created or imported. Here I've got a list of all the coins that I can use. I've got some custom tokens which come not by default, but it's really easy to add them, because you don't need to know the contract's address or anything. You just have to search for the ticker or the symbol or whatever. Here, for instance, as you can see, I've got DAI over here, and I've got rDAI as well. So okay, this alternative swap via Crypto Market has a minimum that in this case, if I want to swap rDAI for DAI, the minimum there is 50. So I won't be able to do it with my current balance, but anyway, I have done it before, so I'll show you. If I wanted to change to swap rDAI for DAI, I'd go there. It'll tell me probably that I have the expected minimum, but if you go there, it's really simple. You have to tap on continue and send the rDAI in this case to Crypto Market. It's all automated, And in the case I want to do that, then if I browse to the history tab down there, I've got among all the different kinds of transactions that I can find. I see I'll see something like this. I did it 2 days ago in the other conference. Yes, I sent 50 rDAI to Krypton, and when they send my DAI to me, I'll see it there. So it's really simple. It's not much to be explained actually, because you just have to tap on continue and make sure that you've got enough balance. It's of course it's an amount of tokens that's quite good for the retail user. It's all of the minima are around $50 or even less. So other pairs that you've got available in Defiant for this kind of swap, in which you don't need to pass through the token bridge in case that one token is from RSK and the others from Ethereum, are doc for DAI, for instance, which is really interesting as well, because there are different tokens and each of them from different blockchains. Also doc for USDT, doc for rDAI, or even this pair that was really expected by plenty of users. That's BTC to RBTC. We've got a fast swap also via Krypton market for that pair, and mock for doc, and many others also. So I encourage you to download the app and to try it, to test on either these or other features that we've been building and integrating for the users to have a really great and easy experience in Defiant.
Great, Bruno. Thank you so much. I really love to do in this way. It's amazing. Oh, I will share my screen again, and I will start to answer some questions. We have questions here. And to answer the question from Jose about the address owners of the bridge and about the security. We are talking about open source code. So you can verify everything. We are talking about blockchain. We can go to the address of the smart contract and verify yourself. It's secure. And I'm sharing the links about this, and we are putting the chat just now, the GitHub of the token bridge, and you can check everything directly on the GitHub. Okay, it's very easy. We have another question from Pet8 about the estimated fees to swap to the bridge. Do you know in Defiant, Bruno? I can do it now here, but if you know something, it's interesting.
Well, I don't know if Fran provided the link of the post I made in MakerDAO's forum. There
Yes.
I did a study of the costs, both using the token bridge and also using Defiant's crypto market solution. It really pretty much depends on how much you want to swap. Because and of course of the Ethereum, mainly on Ethereum current fees of the moment in which you want to do. It's an interesting study. If Ethereum's fees are really high, for sure you'll find Defiant's crypto market solution much more convenient. And maybe if you want to swap large fee amounts, you'll find the token bridge more useful. It depends. It's there for users to assess that.
Okay, I will do a live swap here. I am in Testnet in Coven, but if we are talking about the amount of gas, is the same, and you can discover the value on mainnet. I do from RSK to Ethereum because the value is not changed so much, is the same. Like another point, here I know that I have in this wallet, I didn't have the Coven DAI, but I have the Arcoven, this is the SAI, not the DAI. And Luis, before I do this, and then you can please explain what's the difference about the SAI and the DAI. But I will do this first because we need to wait 5 minutes and you can explain. So I will change cross my SAI and I will receive DAI. First, I need to approve the transaction. This is, you always need to do this because you are allowing the smart contract, the token bridge smart contract, to transfer your tokens for this process. So this is the approve. And this is very fast because we are in RSK. So 30 seconds is the time for a block. It's very, very easy. And then the second process, you takes more time. But Luis, can you tell us what's the difference about the SAI and the DAI?
Yeah, for sure. The SAI is like the very first version of the DAI stablecoin. Like before November 2019, DAI was only backed by Ethereum. So SAI means single collateral DAI, right? Because it was just backed by Ethereum. And on November of 2019, DAI passed from SAI to this actual DAI, and it becomes a multi-collateral DAI. It means that right now DAI is backed by a lot more of collaterals. And in that November, DAI was backed by Ethereum and BAT, the basic attention token. And as for right now, it is like, if I'm not wrong, like 33 collaterals like backing DAI. As for right now, I don't really have the number, but that's the difference. Like before, that was just backed by Ethereum. That is the SAI, and right now the DAI is backed by a lot of collaterals.
Oh, perfect. Great. It's the perfect time too, because you finished the explanation and my transaction was confirmed. And this was the first transaction. Now I will convert the tokens. This you take the time for the transaction be mined. It's about 30 seconds again, and more 5 minutes because I am on testnet. If I am on mainnet, it needs 1 hour. Okay, so now I can cover the tokens. It's this. And we know that we have more time now. Besides of this, I will show you a bit more information. Like this is the architecture between the token bridge.
If you let me interrupt you just 1 second,
Yes.
Sol, just in order to connect with what I said before. Just mentioning that what you approved there, what you did with using MetaMask, if the user hasn't configured their account in MetaMask, they can also do it via Wallet Connect with Defiant if what they want to use their everyday wallet that they have in Defiant. So it's practically the same. Just have to scan the QR code and then approve it instead of from MetaMask, from Defiant.
Yes, it's perfect,
everything
Bruno.
connects.
Yes, I forgot this because I have Defiant, but my seed phrase on Defiant is not the same that I use here because I have real funds on Defiant. But
Of course.
it's very easy to do this.
It's something that users don't usually find it either comfortable or easy to do, or they don't want to have their wallets in different places. So maybe they, in order to tell them that they don't need to have their seed phrase imported in MetaMask or Nifty in order to use their Defiant wallet with this.
Yes, perfect, Bruno. I love your comment now. My transaction is confirmed, and I will share my transaction with our audience because you can check the gas price. It's very easy to do this now. I did the transaction. My transaction is confirmed. We need to wait some minutes, but I will share my transaction with you. In a minute, you will have this transaction on YouTube chat too. And here we are. The gas used was this. So if you would like to have an estimation for mainnet, use this gas, this amount of gas, and multiply by the gas price. Here I know that this is a very low price, but you can do this by yourself. Okay, the transaction is here and you can have fun with my transaction. Do you have more questions? Let me see. Okay. Yes. Would you like to share more information, guys? We are in the final, so you can do your comments now. Your final comments.
Yeah, I'd say from my side, I think that we've touched most of the points that we wanted to, and also to end up saying that it's really nice to see different communities, different projects, blockchains working together in features such as this, and that this year or the next year we'll see many of developments like this: cross-chain, layer 2 bridging, different layer ones, and token bridges as this, not only for ERC20 tokens but also for other kinds of tokens. And so it's it's the really beginning of a new epoch for me in the history, the really short history but interesting history of blockchain. Besides that, for the users, please try Defiant. We're trying to build a really good and comfortable product for the user and satisfactory. And with any kind of doubt you may have or comment, suggestion, please get in touch, and we're there for you.
Great, Bruno. And you, Luis?
Well, again, this is an amazing experience. We always want to take advantage of all these webinars, these masterclass we do like everywhere, so people get more awareness about DAI, about this blockchain, this crypto ecosystem. Because I honestly I think this is like the future of the money. And right now we are like living in the present, what I thought will be like the future of crypto, that is this cross-chain, this multi-chain stuff. Because it's amazing, because as I said, we like our mission is like to see DAI like everywhere, in every corner of the world. And with the help of all these blockchains adopting DAI, and all these DeFi protocols that not just show on Ethereum mainnet, but on Earthgate, on the other L2 sidechains or blockchains, it helps us a lot. It helps a lot of people of being in control of their money. Because as you know, DAI is purely decentralized. The code is over there. You guys can watch it like anytime. You can see like all the collaterals that are backing all the DAI all over the world. So it's for me, I can say DAI is the best stablecoin, because of this is purely organic. It's all backed by what I think is like the best community of the world. That is this maker community, this maker governance that are like always supporting people, helping the new ones, and are just amazing. So right now we're facing this transition on these new working groups that grow inside MakerDAO. We have like the very same mission as the beginning. It's just this massive adoption of DAI all over the world. So all these spaces where we can talk, we can where the people can see, can watch how it works, how all the tool that DAI its on works. It's just amazing for us.
Yes, great. I really believe on the interoperability on the between the blockchains. So we are talking about this. I don't think that we will have only one blockchain in the world. The people have different needs. The people believe in different values. So it's natural to have more than one blockchain. But in the same way, it's very, very important to have this kind of interoperability. So it's great, it's perfect. Before finish, let's maybe, yes, I will share my screen the last time. And here we are, this is, you can see this better. My transaction is finished. So now I know that I cross my tokens to Coven. So sorry, Bruno, I'm still using Metamask today. But now I will go to Coven and assets. I need to add my token here. So where is my token? Is this on Coven? Let's add it. It's easy to add tokens on Defiant, Bruno, or how is the process?
Yeah, actually, I was about to comment on that. Actually, if you have been using Defiant, you wouldn't even have to add to copy the contract address or anything. You can go to the token list, and you've got even the RCOV and DAI token. So
Great.
you don't need to copy the contract address or anything.
Oh, great. I love this. I really love this. Let's check because I'd like to show you. I forgot that I have more tokens here. So you didn't know if this is from now or not. I moved 10 dice only. So let's check my address here on Coven Explorer. And here we are. No, out. I need to find a in here in some place, but this is a token. This is some place here. Yeah, is this? Is this? This is the token. And 2 minutes ago, I received the 10 tokens. This is amazing because I can show you live that the transaction is working, how it's working. Let me see if we have more questions. No, I think we are done. Okay. So, thank you so much for all the persons that that are watching us live and in the future. And see you in the next webinars. Bye. Thank you, guys.
Bye all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, all. Thanks, Luis.